Hi, I'm Vedika Nimbalkar from the Air Lab at Rochester Institute of Technology. Today, I will present our work, TactileWalk, where we explore how dynamic electrotactile patterns on the fingertip can be used to communicate directional information during walking. This work was done in collaboration with Dr. Roshan, Peiris. Mobile navigation usually relies heavily on visual or audio feedback, which can sometimes be distracting or inaccessible. So, in this work, we explore whether electrotactile feedback on the fingertip could provide directional cues in a more subtle, eyes free way. Specifically, we ask whether dynamic electrotactile patterns can effectively communicate direction through the fingertip. To explore this idea, we focused on two research questions. First, how accurately can people perceive dynamic electrotactile patterns on the fingertip? And second, how does walking influence recognition accuracy and response time? To answer these questions, we conducted two studies. We built a fingertip electrotactile prototype. The device consists of 10 by 6 electrode grid that delivers simulation to the fingertip, and participants could adjust the simulation intensity using a slider to ensure it was clearly perceivable but still comfortable. And the system was controlled through processing software via serial communication. For the first study, we evaluated three dynamic patterns: single line, double line, and box pattern. Each pattern moved in eight directions: horizontal, vertical, and diagonal movements. The goal was to understand which pattern people could recognize most accurately on the fingertip. In study one, participants first completed a short introduction and consent process. Then they adjusted the simulation intensity to a comfortable level and completed a short practice phase. After that, each participant performed 72 trials where they identified the direction of the presented pattern. Following the trials, participants completed a NASA TLX questionnaire and participated in a short interview. Here are the results for the stationary condition. The single line pattern achieved the highest accuracy, about 88%, and double line achieved about 86%. The box pattern performed significantly worst with about 66% accuracy. And participant feedback also reflected this difference. So, for example, one participant said that the directions for the box pattern are kind of difficult to tell, and another participant mentioned that the second line acts as a confirmation for the first movement for the double line pattern. Next, we wanted to see how well these patterns work during movement or walking. So, in study 2, we mounted the electrotactile grid on the back of the mobile phone, allowing participants to receive simulation while holding the mobile naturally. This setup allowed us to evaluate pattern recognition while participants were walking. For this second study, we simplified the design. Initially, we planned to test two patterns in all eight directions, but pilot testing showed that diagonal directions were really difficult to perceive while walking. So we reduced the directions to only four directions. So we tested two types, single line and double line, in four directions. This simplification helped participants to focus on interpreting the directional cues. Participants walked back and forth along a short path about 4 to 8 feet while holding the phone in their hand, and their finger rested on the electrotactile pad attached to the device. Each participant completed 24 trials, identifying the direction of the patterns. And as before, they also completed the NASA TLX questionnaire and a short post study interview after the trials. During walking, the double line pattern performed the best with accuracy of about 91% and compared to single line which had accuracy about 82%. Participants also preferred the double line pattern more. And for example, one participant said that with both lines giving simulation, it gave them better idea of which direction it was going. So this suggests that the redundant spatial cues can help to improve clarity during movement. Across both studies, we found three main takeaways. First, simple linear patterns are easier to recognize than more complex shapes. Second, redundant cues like double line improve directional recognition. And third, electrotactile feedback remains interpretable even while walking. Together, these findings suggest that fingertip electrotactile displays could support eyes-free navigation interactions in mobile and wearable systems. Thank you for listening, and for more details, feel free to check out our paper. Thank you.